Namaskar. It's wonderful to be here. It's a homecoming for me because I'm an alumni of this college and the university. Ages ago I was here, ages ago compared to yours. But it's always so nice to come back to the familiar smell, the familiar surroundings. And it was at this time I spent 1967 to 72 BSc Physics Honours, MSc Physics, followed by research in physics. Then it was a time when I was pursuing physics very seriously. It was also a time which made me recognized internationally, nationally as a young Kathak dancer. So why dance? When I was studying physics, why dance? Dance was my soul, my expression. It was my life. It was something that allowed me to express myself. It was as though it was a language that actually filled the heart and allowed me to connect. It formed a bridge. It gave me sensitivity. It gave me the power to understand, to actually relate, to be able to see and accept different opinions, different views, and incorporate them into the dance. So it gave so much. And what did physics, you might ask, what did physics give me? Physics. Yes, it gave me a lot too. Because it allowed me. It gave me the power of critical thinking. The power to analyze. The power to go deep into a subject. Yes, those are important aspects which are therefore it helped me in my life. There would be challenges, of course, as we all have. The question was that should we let those challenges become obstacles for us, or should we allow the challenges to become opportunities for bettering ourselves? Let me tell you my first challenge in life, and I'm sure all of you, at every stage of life, there will never be a stage in life where you will not be faced with challenges. For me, it started when I was very, very young. The first challenge was to get rid of stage fright. Today's stage is home, but can you beat it? That there was a time I had stage fright and I refused to go onto the stage and I had become a stone like Ahilya. But yet, it was that particular scolding, shall I say, or another challenge thrown out to me that dance would disappear from my life, that made me overcome the stage fright, and today stage is home. Another challenge that came my way was probably 1970, when when I learned the difference between what is taught here and how you translate it, adapt it in the surrounding atmosphere without losing the essence, and that is important. Also, to hold an interest, engage an audience, engage people around you, without losing the essence, without losing your identity, without losing the identity of what you are doing, and keeping everything intact and yet being able to engage. That was another challenge because it was a time when it came to such a moment that I almost, like Krishna, I almost, when he's called Ranchor, so that means leaving the battlefield, I almost became a Ranchor, but fortunately God was there. I came back, pivoting back, and that was another day when I learned how to actually pick up the challenge and make it into an opportunity. And that has stood me in good stead all my life. For many of you who probably would like to pursue different fields, but you're told that this is the done thing and this should be so and you should go into this field, I would say, follow your heart. Follow what your heart tells you. Because then you will actually deliver better. You will do what you want to do. And you will enjoy doing what you want to do. And therefore there will be no stress. Also, I grew up in an era when pursuing paddling professional careers was out of the question. But also taking dance as a career was, not looked upon well. But I always feel that whatever one does, if one does it with conviction, honesty, sincerity, one actually is able to make your way and find a space for yourself and make a space for yourself in this wide world. Traditions. We are always talking about traditions. What is tradition? What was there yesterday and it continues, becomes a tradition, but tradition is also changing its nature. Since there were many things that were there yesterday, but only some have survived. And they have also survived. They are changing their nature. So that is also something that we all need to be cognizant of. That traditions keep changing its nature, like our own opinion, like our own self. What we thought yesterday will be different today, and what will be certainly different tomorrow. Because we are all evolving. No one lives in a vacuum. Since we are not living in a vacuum, we get impacted by surroundings, by happenings, by thoughts, by your own internal growing process. And we have to accept that within ourselves and be alive to it and respond to it sensitively. I'm using the word sensitively and with maturity. There were also challenges that if in the face of something, do you have many commitments, are you able to keep it? Sometimes you can, sometimes you cannot. And I'll give you one particular incident. In the mid-70s, when I lost my father in a train accident, I had to search for his body. I was alone, searched for his body, got the post-mortem done, brought him to Delhi. Next day gave him the Mukha Agni myself. That time, today it's very common, but it was not common in those days. And while my sister went to Haridwar with immersing the ashes, I went to Mathura to perform. So I had a commitment. My heart was crying out because I had just lost my father. I saw his the mangled remains of the train and his body. And my heart was crying, but the show was on. And there I was performing. That certainly gave me a sense of resilience, that how one has to There are so many adversities and setbacks in life, but then one has to move forward and do it with all dignity and courage that one can. Many things we expect, all of us, we are human beings. We expect others to behave with us or look at us in a certain way. But always pause and think, do we also give that same respect and dignity and space to the others that we are dealing with? Is it only a piece of just expectation and taking, or do we also have our accountability, our responsibility, and the sensitivity and concern to accept different opinion, different people, different business, different caste, creed, different positions of people? That is what we have to learn. And I tell you, we have in Sanskrit a saying, Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda. एक ही सत्य है, there are parts to it, maybe call it by different names. Yes, in Kathak, that is such a beautiful thing that in Kathak we have something known as Bhavadana. Bhavadana, in which one word can be performed in so many different ways, or one sentence can be performed in so many different ways. It could be direct, it could be referential, it could be metaphorical. For example, if I take the word la, red, I could show the red rose, the red rays of the rising sun, or the ore of the setting sun, the red bindi, the red sindoor, the red lips, or blood. There's so many ways. Or anger, fury, you go red with rage. Or it could be, in the Hindi terminology, la means a baby. My baby. In other words, that so different ways, and you're accepting it. For example, another, which is again a very hot favorite of mine, which is about a path that a person is going up climbing up the ladder, and is known to everyone. It could be in the negative sense. It could be also in the metaphorical sense that here is a candle burning. The candle actually climbs the ladder of space to sit on the candle, and it spreads light. So are you that light? I could remove that the flame goes on, and what happens? The smoke goes spiraling up. It is climbing the ladder. And once I look at the ladder of the smoke, I see, oh yes, it has been burning. And finally, all of us will climb the final ladder, the ladder of life, to go to the other life. So death is going to come to all of us, where again our soul climbs the ladder to the other life, beyond. So there are so many different ways of that one sentence. अटरिया पे चढ़ गई मैं हो गई बदनाम. तो हमने अटरिया पे चढ़ा, and बदनाम का मतलब take it in the larger sense. Badnaam is negative, but if you say that everyone has come to know of your existence. So these are aspects. What has dance helped me? How has dance helped me? It has helped me to keep that sensitivity, to keep that balance, to understand that there is this balance of even expression of what the body is saying, what the eyes are saying, and what the words are saying, and how we say it. That balance, because otherwise if there is no sync between all this, I think the receiver understands completely that this is quite insincere. That the language can be very soft, but the manner of saying or the body language can convey a completely different meaning. So that sensitivity, each one of us has to have for each one. And that goes in human relationships. It's all of us. As I said, we don't live in a vacuum. We are part of a society. So our relationship with our sibling, our relationship with our parents, our relationship with our spouse, our relationship with our friends, our relationship with our seniors or juniors, with the work environment, everyone, even our relationship with people on the street. I will try to, do I have only 2 minutes left? So I'll just quickly tell you one more thing. Is that I heard that Ramu Gandhi, grandson of Mahatma Gandhi, told me that how Mahatma Gandhi got into the habit of taking Ram, and that he got it from his maid servant, a lady called Rambha, and he has acknowledged her indirectly as his guru, because she gave him the mantra to actually accept fears and overcome the fears. Because each one of us, those obstacles and challenges will induce fear in us. And it is up to each one of us to overcome those fears in our way and move forward, take those opportunities to take those challenges as opportunities and move forward. So that was a beautiful piece of, it is just one small paragraph, and I would draw your attention to it. And it was, my attention was drawn to it by his grandson, and when we performed to it. And it's so beautiful, and then it talks about that who is an untouchable? You, I, because said no, we can touch each other. The actual untouchable is God. I can't touch him. So who are we to say that you and I are untouchable? So these are little things that if we understand, we will understand humanity, we will understand sensitivity and care. We will understand to respect diverse opinions, we will understand to respect space, we will understand respecting identities, different identities, and everyone, irrespective of position, class, creed, religion, or anything. So that is, so these were lessons which one learns as we go and never fail to keep learning. There is never an end to learning. And I have been fortunate enough to come into contact with people where I have benefited. I'll finally end it off. When all the trials that we faced and the fear that we breathe, these instill a resilience within us. Let the storm and its power to the wave. Let the storms come raging by. Let the hard days be. Let the storms come raging by, let the hard days be. For the fire of struggle makes us be what we are meant to be. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.